Hi, I'm Melissa Navala. You may remember me from such programs as Counting on Soils and Analyzing Permaculture Systems. Well, this quarter, I'm here to bring you the mathematics portion of Ecological Dynamics. Our focus is going to be on the learning of Calculus 1 and 2 and mathematical modeling, which is often known as dynamical systems theory, my personal favorite part of mathematics. In order to do this learning, we're going to be relying heavily on this text called Modeling Life by Alan Garfinkel. I had the pleasure of working with Alan at UCLA when I was a postdoc, and I'll say he is quite a character. I posted a video about chaos theory from a 1989 episode of PBS's show Nova so that you can get to see and know Alan in more detail. Anyhow, let's dive into how this program is going to operate fully online this quarter. As you can see, I've laid out several components of this program, and we'll talk through each one. Don't forget to take a good look at the math portion of the syllabus to see all the details of this information. Alright, so the first, and I would argue the most important component of our Canvas page online is going to be the discussion boards. This is where we're going to build a really vibrant, healthy online community, and we're going to be able to communicate with each other throughout the week. Discussion boards are really great because if you have spotty internet or can only use the internet at certain times of day, you can always load up the discussion boards when you have internet and then have them in a tab to be able to read through them and reference them even if your internet connection gets lost. Okay, so we're going to use discussion boards heavily to build our community. There's going to be two types of discussion boards. The concept discussion board is going to focus as a place for us to really share our concepts as I assign readings and share with you these videos that I'm creating throughout the week. You're going to go through the readings and videos and you're going to decide on three very important concepts that you see as a focus or theme of the learning that week. For the discussion board, for the concept discussion board post, what you're going to do is you're going to write 3 paragraphs, one for each of the concepts that you've chosen to focus on, and each of the paragraphs should include a statement of the concept that you're focused on, an explanation in your own words, and an example or two that you can find on the book, on the internet, or maybe even create it yourself. That is going to go on the concept discussion boards, and your posts, 3 paragraphs about the 3 concepts that you'd like to explain to the program, is going to be due on Tuesdays at 11:59 p.m. That's basically midnight, but I put it as 11:59 p.m. so that there's no misunderstanding about whether it was noon or midnight. Okay, so I've written Tuesday on there, and anytime I just write a day without a time, I'm implying that the due date for that thing is going to be 11:59 p.m. Alright, so moving on to the second discussion board, we're going to then have the homework discussion boards, and that's going to be a place where we share questions, answers, hints, resources, and other things that discuss the homework problems that were assigned for the week. Your final chance to post something on the homework discussion board is going to be on Saturday at 11:59 p.m., and that's because your homework eventually is going to be due on Sundays. But please, don't wait until Saturday to share your post on the homework discussion board. The idea is that once we've, early in the week, understood the concepts really well and we've started to dive into the homework, the idea is that that homework discussion board is going to be a vibrant place all week where people are sharing their questions, answers, and other things. And don't worry, I'll be watching these discussion boards every day. The next thing that I'm offering are 20-minute Zoom sessions, and I'm going to hold these twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm going to make a 2-hour block on Tuesdays between 10 a.m. and noon, and this 2-hour block is going to be broken into 4 different 20-minute sessions, any of which you can participate in to count as your Zoom session for Tuesday. Then on Thursdays, I'll be doing the same thing, but at a different time from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. again, and Thursday afternoons, I'll be holding 4 different 20-minute Zoom sessions, and you can feel free to participate in any one of those. If you'd like to stay for more than one Zoom session, you're more than welcome to, but I'm asking students to try to find time for just one 20-minute Zoom session on Tuesday mornings and one 20-minute Zoom session on Thursday afternoons. Then we're going to have the concept quizzes, and those kind of are tied in with the concept discussion board, and that you're asked to make a post of your 3 important concepts by Tuesdays at midnight. And then on Thursdays, I'm going to open up this concept quiz, and it's basically going to speak to what you've all shared with me on the concept discussion board. Okay? So again, the concept discussion board post is due on Tuesdays by the end of the day. And then on Wednesdays, I'm going to go over that, and I'm going to look and think about it, reflect on it, and then I'm going to write you a nice juicy concept quiz for you to take on Thursdays. Okay, so this is going to open. The concept quizzes are going to open on Thursday mornings, and the concept quiz is going to be due on Thursdays at 11:59 p.m. These are all going to be multiple choice questions that I've written to coincide with what I thought the key concepts were, and also what you've shared as the key concepts through the discussion boards. Oh boy, isn't that convenient? Look at this. There's a Thursday Zoom session from 1 to 3 p.m. And so if you're feeling like you still have some questions left after the concept discussion boards, you can bring your questions to the Thursday Zoom session and get those questions answered and clarified before you submit your concept quiz, which again is due by the end of the day, 11:59 p.m. on Thursdays. And then to wrap up the week, what we're going to ask is that you submit your homework, and that homework is going to be submitted as a PDF. You're going to submit that as a PDF through Canvas. There's instructions on the Canvas site online, and that's going to be due on Sunday nights, Sunday again at 11:59 p.m. Please note how that coincides with the due date for the homework discussion boards, which is Saturday. But again, don't wait until the last minute to ask your questions on the homework discussion board. If you'd like to get help on a question, you also have to give other people time to respond. And so I'm asking that students try to get their questions in early in the week so that we have a nice, healthy-looking discussion board where all questions have been cleared up by the time it's time to submit your homework on Sunday nights. Okay, all this information is also laid out on the syllabus, and you'll find that online, including a rubric that breaks down the grading for the discussion boards. And what I want to do next to go along with the visual A Week in the Life of Modeling Life that I posted to the Week 1 math module is I want to lay out what I just said in a diagram on the days of the week, so that you can see that I'm trying to space out this learning so that we won't have to be playing catch up. You want to try to work on the math every single day. The learning is going to be gradual. There's going to be a lot of really interesting concepts, and there needs to be a lot of conversations so that we can all solidify our understanding of calculus and mathematical modeling. Okay, so let's do a day-by-day, play-by-play of what to expect in the math portion of Ecological Dynamics. So really, my goal is to have everything ready for the coming week for myself done by Sunday nights here. So you can see I got a pretty good work weekend scheduled in for myself. But what I want to say about Mondays is that's when you are going to read and watch. So I'll have the readings and the homework assignment posted by Mondays on the week. And I'll also have all the videos that go alongside with the reading posted to my YouTube page and the Canvas page by Monday. So Monday, you want to focus on learning new material. The other thing that you want to do while you're learning the new material is you're going to try to take notes. Take notes to yourself, and also take a look at the homework, which will also be posted for a week. And as you're reading through the book, you want to look at the assigned homework questions and, just start to get some thoughts brewing about the answers to those questions. Don't worry, we have all week to discuss that. Okay, then on Tuesdays, that's when our first Zoom session is offered in the morning. And so you're going to do a 20-minute Zoom session at some point during the morning. Keep in mind that you can attend any one of the 4 sessions that will be offered between 10 a.m. and noon on Tuesdays. And if you'd like to stay for more than one, you're welcome to do that. During those Zoom sessions, we'll probably discuss what we kind of feel like are the key concepts in anticipation of submitting our concept post to the concept discussion board. One thing that I want to say about the concept versus homework discussion boards is that they have a little bit of a different format, and that the concept discussion board has a very specific thing that I'm asking you to post. The homework discussion board is more of an open territory where you can either post a question or an answer or a resource. It's really up to you how you want to engage with that homework discussion board. The concept discussion board, though, has a specific format. While you're doing your readings and watching of the videos on Mondays, you're going to try to pick out 3 key concepts, including explanations in your own words and examples to go along with it. You're going to write that up as 3 paragraphs, and you're going to post that by the end of the day on Tuesdays to the concept discussion board. So the concept discussion, again, due at the end of the day, 11:59 on Tuesdays. And you do need to make your post to the concept discussion board before you can see other people's posts. That's another thing that makes it a little different from the homework discussion board. On the homework board, you can view everything at every time. On the concept board, you do need to make your post before you can see others' posts. All right, so everyone hopefully will have contributed by the end of the day on Tuesday to the concept discussion board, and that will leave Wednesday open for you to read over that discussion board and see what our whole community thinks were the key concepts and learning objectives for that for the readings for that week. It's also on Wednesdays that I'll be working hard to write you a nice concept quiz to deliver on Thursdays. So you can see that Wednesdays is kind of an open day. And by the way, if you're enrolled in the ecology portion of Ecological Dynamics, ecology assessments are usually going to be due on Wednesdays. So make sure that you're checking in with the weekly ecology module to see what the expectations are for that leg of the class. On Thursdays, we're going to hold another Zoom session. And remember that 20-minute session on Thursdays is going to be in the afternoons from 1 to 3 p.m. It's my suggestion that you've looked over both the homework questions and the concept discussion board posts by the time that we Zoom on Thursday, so that we'll have lots of things to have a conversation about during that Zoom session. And then by the end of the night, the concept quiz is going to be due by 11:59 on Thursdays. Now, because I'll be writing the concept quiz on Wednesdays based off of what people have posted to the concept discussion board at Tuesdays, you won't be able to see the concept quiz at the start of the week like you'll be able to see the rest of the material. You'll have to wait till Tuesday mornings for that concept quiz to open up. But you should expect to see the concept quiz open up by the start of the day on Thursdays. And then in the afternoon, we'll have our Zoom session. And that means that you can open up the concept quiz and take a good look at all the questions before we Zoom. So you can come into that Zoom session nice and prepared, bring your questions. I just ask that you please don't ask me literally what the answer to the concept quiz questions are. I won't be able to answer that, of course, but I'll help you out as much as I can so that you feel well prepared to submit your final answers to the concept quiz by the end of the day on Thursdays. Then we come to Friday, and that's going to be another open day. If you're enrolled in the statistics portion of Ecological Dynamics, then assessments for statistics will generally be due on Friday. And so I've left that day open, as you'll see on the visual map that goes along with this week in the life schedule that I'm doing. And then we come to the weekends. Now you'll see that I do have due dates for things on the weekends. The homework discussion board is due by 11:59 on Saturdays, and your homework submitted as a PDF through Canvas is due by 11:59 on Sundays. That doesn't mean I'm trying to make you work on the weekends. I'd like you to think of the weekend due dates as a sort of extension to give you plenty of time to submit your homework before the whole week begins again. Do not save your homework for the weekends. That's very important. The learning is supposed to take place gradually throughout the week so that you have plenty of space in your mind to hear the concepts and absorb them and then put them into practice. Remember, you're supposed to be looking at your homework questions throughout the week, engaging in the discussion boards throughout the week, and reaching out to your resources and learning community if you need help throughout the week, okay? That being said, I have put the due dates on the weekend to give people extra time to play catch up if they need it. And so that means on Saturday, that's my last call for a post to the homework discussion board. So if you haven't posted to the homework discussion board yet, your last chance to do so will be Saturdays at 11:59 p.m. There are some hints on the discussion rubric as to what counts as an excellent post on the discussion boards. And really, what I'm looking for here is a post in a timely fashion. For example, if you're asking a question, I'd like you to ask the question earlier in the week to give people time to respond. And that when you do ask a question, you're really clear about where your misunderstanding might lie or what your thoughts are about the questions. Please don't post really non-specific questions like, how do you do number 1? That's not really helpful because it doesn't tell us where you might be stuck or what you might be thinking. So please try to be as specific as possible in your posts so that we can help you answer your questions. Okay, so again, homework discussions will be due at 11:59 on Saturdays. And then to round out the week, finally, your homework submit as a PDF is going to be due on Sundays at 11:59 p.m. Really, I feel like most of the homework problems in Modeling Life are going to be pencil and paper problems. And so I'm asking you to submit your homework as written work on pencil and paper. This is also going to be a big help to those who have spotty internet because you're not going to need the internet all the time for your homework. Remember that pretty much all of our learning for the math curriculum here is tied directly to this book. So if you have this book in hand, you are going to be able to learn along with us pretty much all week. So you're going to write down your homework questions on pieces of paper, but then how are you going to get them to me? What you're going to do is, once you've completed your homework on paper, you're going to take pictures of your homework, maybe with your cell phone camera or with a laptop camera or some other type of digital camera. If you have a scanner, you could use a scanner. That would be great. And you're going to transfer your written work into a digital image format. Then you're going to combine all the digital images. Please take one picture for each piece of paper. Don't try to fit multiple pages onto the same picture. That will be difficult for me to read. So take one picture for each page and then combine all the images together into a single PDF that you will submit through the homework assignment on Canvas. Submitting it as a PDF allows me to give you more feedback through the speed grader function on Canvas, and that's why I'm asking you to do that. So for week 1, we have a practice assignment. There may be technical difficulties that you encounter trying to take your written work and turn it into an electronic PDF, and so that's why I've provided a practice assignment where you can just write me a note. Hi, how's it going? Are you listening? Are you watching? What are you here for? Write me a note for whatever you'd like to tell me. Write it down on paper in your own handwriting. Take a picture of it. Turn it into a PDF. Practice that. And submit it by this Sunday at 11:59 p.m. If you encounter technical difficulties, how are you going to get any help with that? Oh yeah, discussion boards. That's how we're going to build our community. And so while you're doing your practice assignment for your homework, if you encounter any issues or maybe you found a cool trick that helped you make that easier, please share it on this week's homework discussion board. So for the concepts, usually we have a concept discussion board that's due every Tuesday. But you'll notice that our quarter starts on a Thursday this quarter, and so the concept discussion board is there, but it's optional. You don't have to submit this week to the concept discussion board, but if you'd like to, please read over the math syllabus and submit any questions that you have to the concept discussion board this week, and we'll start practicing sharing through there as well. There is a concept quiz due on Thursday. Yes, that's the first day of class. But hopefully you'll find it manageable and maybe even a little enjoyable. It's just multiple choice questions that have to do with the math syllabus. So if you've watched the syllabus, if you've watched this video and you've read the math syllabus carefully, you should have no problem with this week's concept quiz. I'll be holding the Zoom sessions on both Tuesday and Thursday this week. I know technically the quarter doesn't start until Thursday, but I'm also going to offer the 4 sessions, the 4 20-minute sessions on Tuesday, just as a place for you to get the kinks out, make sure that you know how to access Zoom. The link is on our weekly schedule page in the Canvas module. And so you just click the link and you should be able to enter. I can't wait to meet you all online, and I really look forward to exploring the world of mathematical modeling this quarter. So I'll see you all soon online.